This time, I'm going to discuss about syntax and semantics. First, let us define the definition of semantics. Semantics is defined as the study of meaning in language. It encompasses how interpretation of words, phrases, and sentences, providing context and clarity to verbal communication. Semantics plays a crucial role in effective communication. Proper semantics ensures that messages are conveyed accurately, preventing misunderstandings that can arise from ambiguous or unclear wording. Examples of semantic in writing. Semantic significantly impacts writing clarity. For instance, the placement of words can alter meanings, as seen in the following examples. First example, she tossed the ball. And the second one, the ball tossed her. Word order. Word order influences the meaning of sentences. For example, she tossed the ball indicates an active subject, while the ball tossed her suggests an implausible scenario, highlighting the impact of syntax on semantics. Deixis. Deixis refers to words that provide context related to time, place, or person. Words like here, there, yesterday, or he are vital in conveying precise meaning within sentences. There are types of meaning. Meaning can be categorized into distinct types, each serving unique purposes in communication. These types include denotative, connotative, referential, and social meanings, each contributing to the overall message. Denotative meaning. Denotative meaning refers to the literal definition of a word. For example, the denotation of dog is a domesticated canine animal, providing a clear objective reference. Or, in other words, this is the definition or meaning from the dictionary. Second, connotative meaning. Connotative meaning encompasses the emotional associations tied to a word. For example, dog may evoke feelings of loyalty or companionship beyond its literal definition. Referential meaning pertains to the relationship between a word and the actual entity it represents. For instance, the Eiffel Tower specifically refers to the iconic structure in Paris, France. Next, social meaning. Social meaning is derived from the context in which language is used. Formal language in situations like job interviews conveys respect and professionalism, impacting perception and interaction. Social meaning, the good example for this are jargons. Okay, so there are educational jargons, medical jargons. So they are only exclusive and used for a particular group of organization or group of people. Next, let's proceed to figurative language or figurative languages. Figurative language refers to the use of words or expressions that deviate from their literal meaning to achieve a more complex or vivid understanding. This technique helps paint pictures in the reader's mind, making language more impactful and engaging. There are types of figurative languages, and this includes metaphors, simile, personification, hyperbole, and understatement, and there are a lot more, each serving a unique purpose in conveying meaning and emotions within the text. First, metaphor. A metaphor is a comparison between two unlike things that assert one thing is another. For instance, saying time is a thief suggests that time steals moments from our lives, emphasizing its elusive nature without using like or as. Simile. Simile makes a comparison between two different things using like or as. For example, her smile is like sunshine, conveys warmth and brightness, allowing readers to visualize the described quality more vividly. Personification. Personification attributes human characteristics to non human entities. For example, the wind whispered through the trees implies an intimate connection between nature and emotion, enhancing the reader's experience of the scene. Cut. Personification attributes human characteristics to non human entities. For example, the wind whispered through the trees implies an intimate connection between nature and emotion, enhancing the reader's experience of the scene. Since the wind cannot whisper through the trees, but here the verb whispered is a human characteristics or a human attribute. Hyperbole is deliberate exaggeration for emphasis or effect. An example is saying, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse, which conveys extreme hunger in an unliteral way, capturing attention and evoking humor. Understatement. Understatement is a figure of speech which intentionally makes a situation seem less important than it is. For example, saying, it is a bit chilly outside when temperatures are freezing downplays the severity and often adds humor. So for example, ani is usually on my students or casual conversation is kanang mabundakan ang tiil o object or maybe napandol and then your friend will ask you sakit ra or sakit ba, and then you will answer that dili. So that's some sort of, or that is an example of understatement where in fact gisakitan na gyud kay ka. So that's some sort of humor. Next we have idiomatic expressions. Idiomatic expressions are phrases whose meanings differ from the literal interpretations of their component words. For example, kick the bucket means to die, illustrating how language can convey deeper meanings in unexpected ways. Examples of idiomatic expressions. Common idiomatic expressions include better late than never, which means that it's preferable for something to happen later rather than not at all, and break the ice, meaning to initiate conversation in a social setting. These phrases enrich everyday language. Let's proceed now to syntax. Syntax refers to the rules governing the structure of sentences, focusing on how words combine to form phrases and clauses. It is essential for ensuring clarity and coherence in communication. Proper syntax is a key for effective communication, as it impacts the clarity and meaning of sentences. Strong syntax enhances readability, ensuring that the intended message is conveyed accurately to the audience. The subject-verb agreement is a fundamental aspect of syntax, ensuring that subjects match their verbs in number. For example, in the dog barks, both subject and the verb are singular, which is grammatically correct. Independent and dependent clauses. Independent clauses can stand alone as complete sentence or sentences, while dependent clauses cannot. For instance, the sentence "she ran fast" is an independent clause, while "because she was late" is a dependent clause because it relies on additional context to make sense. Traditional grammar. Traditional grammar is based on structures of Latin. It focuses on parts of speech in sentences structure, providing a foundational understanding of syntax rules in many languages. Generative grammar. Generative grammar, developed by Noam Chomsky, aims to describe the implicit knowledge that speakers have about their language. It includes a set of rules for generating grammatical sentences. Functional grammar. Functional grammar emphasizes how language functions in communication. It looks at the purposes of language use and how meaning is negotiated in social context through syntax. Cognitive grammar. In cognitive grammar, it views language as reflection of the cognitive processes. It examines how syntax is not just a set of rules, but relates to mental representations of language. Now let's proceed to the theories of syntax and semantics. Noam Chomsky's transformational grammar theory. This posits that language is an innate human ability characterized by universal grammar. This framework suggests that all human languages share a common structural basis, allowing for complex sentence generation through transformational rules. On the other hand, George Lakoff's cognitive linguistics theory, Lakoff emphasizes that meaning is derived from human cognitive processes and experiences. This perspective views language not just a communication tool, but as a reflection of how we conceptualize the world around us. For deeper insight into theories, you may scan these QR codes below to provide the comprehensive information and research findings beneficial for understanding linguistics theories better. So these QR codes are the sample research or articles that can be read online. Feel free to scan this. So that will be all. Thank you.